and he danced for you. And one I choose. He jumps so high, he jumps so high. Then he lightly touched down, down, down. Oh, oh. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles. Dang. From Atlanta to Rome, I'm on my way home. Kenny finally let me fly the coop. Game collector. I bought so many Switch games that it's not even funny. I bought duplicates and triplicates and quadruplicates. I bought good games, sideways games, better games. I'm going to do a full inventory of the Swiggies when I get back to Game Wizard HQ. Wow, you're the greatest. Joel, I am the greatest. Tim, you look terrible. Yes, I do look terrible. I can't wait to get home. We're going to take a hot shower. I just wanted to hop in the car and drive. I am a hot mess right now. I was running out of clothes. I only brought enough clothes for like 4 or 5 days. And then Monday was the original day I was supposed to go home. And he's like, hell no, you're not going home. You didn't make enough money. We got to get you them G's. Because I needed $2,000. So I stayed up there. Now, I did wholesale to that Mega Replay yesterday, and that kind of sucked. It did. The Blu-rays saved the deal because I want to say it ended up being $1.25 each on the Blu-rays, because he said the minimum on Blu-rays was 75 cents. And when he said that, I'm like, oh God, they're going to give me 75 cents a piece, but they didn't. Some of them were actually more. And I don't care about the Blu-rays. I pay $1 or less for, you know. I don't pay more than $1 on a Blu-ray. So as long as I average out to more than $1, I got my money back for it. That's how much money did you lose on this trip? I don't know if I lost on the trip, because it costed me. I was staying at Kenny's house for free for most of the trip. The only time we got a hotel, there was 2 nights, the Friday night before the con and Saturday night, we just did 2 nights in the hotel. That's what we did. That was supposed to be $130 a night, but I had something on my phone, Priceline, so I managed to do some wizardly magic to get it down to $75 a night. So we did that. There was that. We split on that. So it was $200 total, I want to say, for the room. $100 a night, there's fees and whatever. That was $100. I just put 30 in on the way back. I'm trying to think if it was 2 or 3 fill-ups on the way up. I think it was just I filled up before I left, and then I think it was just 2. I think it was just 2 fill. I have to look at my phone, like 46 and 48 or something like that. So it's probably $100 each way in gas. But yeah, we are heading home. You paid $1, got $1 grade. Well, no, I didn't pay $1 on the Blu-rays that I had. Most of those I got from a friend of mine in trade. So it was $1 each in trade. The trip was a waste of money. Well, every trip I go on, Retro Papa is a waste of money. But if I could come home, and I almost got out of the hole. I almost got out of the hole with this trip. I say almost, because I'm still in the darn hole. I got rent and 2 bills to pay. But I have the funds to put in the bank to clear the rent check. Which means whatever I make on Sunday, I could pay the 2 bills and get that squared away. So, GameStop card still paid off. They still won't let me have any available credit, which is foo-foo. Because they're doing that 4 for $40 this week. I wish I had more of a way to do something with that, but you didn't bring your retarded brother with you. No, I did not. Yeah, hanging out with Kenny for the week was an experience. Although he cost me a lot of food money. Because we were alternating paying for meals. And last night, our last place we ate, I didn't get footage of last night. I got footage of the night before. But last night we went to Olive Garden. And I showed him how we eat Italian around here. Let me slow down before I kill myself. Whoa. Slow way down before I kill myself. I was almost going 90 there for a second. Said 80 and it was speeding up to the 91. Okay, cool. Now we're down. Kenny is expecting. He loves his snacks and driving around in air car. I'm going to Olive Garden today, and if they have the take 5, I'm going to I know I probably shouldn't be showing you this, but there's my chicken and gnocchi soup from Olive Garden. This is good. Now you're probably asking yourself, why is that in the car? Won't that go bad? It is 39 degrees up here in Georgia. And what I'm going to do is when I go to make my first stop, I'm going to pull over and eat it. So, it is chicken and gnocchi. There's a sausage in there. I didn't have any pasta left. I ate all that. I didn't do a take one because, again, I'm going to be on the road. I only took the soup. That's going to be my food for the day, so I don't have to spend any more money to have food. When I get back, I got to, get back on a grind, back on a hustle, as you know. I got a lot of things aching and plaguing me right now, so hopefully I can fix one or two or a few different of those things. It's so cold, shivering, or it was. Either way, I got up at 6 this morning. I know I've only been live for a few short minutes here, but I was up at 6. I said goodbye to Kenny. I said goodbye to one of his cats. One of his cats really just likes me a lot. And it was funny. It's like, hey, if you want to take that kitty home, you can. And obviously my wife's having none of that. She's like, yeah, you'll be living with your mother. So, unfortunately, cat had to stay, but that was a pretty cool kitty. We do have a dog. Maybe that's why, because the dog and cats don't mix too much, but whatever. It is what it is. Who changed Mom K's diapers while you were tap? Josh, I guess. Nobody changes my diapers. I change them myself. Jenna. red Bojangles, jangles, any jig. What else you jump so high, jump so high, very lightly touch down. Mr. Bojangles. If you wonder why I'm singing Mr. Bojangles, there's a place that they just put in St. Pete by me. It's called Bojangles. It's a restaurant. It replaced the Burger King, and I hadn't eaten there yet, you know. And little did I know, there's a Bojangles on every street corner up here in Georgia. So me and Kenny kept getting Bojangles. It's a chicken place, and they have these cookies. They're like blueberry cookies or some crap. They are really, really good. You can get 2 pieces of chicken, a side, and a cookie for like $6 or something. It's like, so I want to start eating at Bojangle. It is what it is, though. Bojangles is outstanding. Yeah, see. By me, we got Popeyes, we got Churches, we've got KFC. But Popeyes does have some good spicy chicken. Because Josh always wants to go to Popeyes. Whenever we go to Orlando, there's a KFC like right on the road of Universal, right down the way. He's like, I don't want to go there, I want to go to Popeyes. And usually I'll drag him to KFC because they got coops, but Aaron, you like Bojangles. That's a staple fast food place in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. They are based on... Okay, well, they got one by my house. They just put... There's a lot of restaurants that we didn't have before that are coming in. Bojangles Flute is coming through. White Castle's in Orlando, which is still kind of far, but you know, it's cool. We always had Crystals in Tampa. But one of my favorite places in the whole wide world is going to be less than 5 minutes from my house, guys. They're putting a Whataburger in Largo, by Largo Mall, and I live right down the street, baby. I'm going to be going to Whataburger. I can't wait. I'm mad because it doesn't open until February. So I guess that's a birthday present to myself. My birthday's in February, so. Popeyes taste like dog food. Bojangles. Well, here's the thing. It depends where you're from. In Louisiana, if you've been to Louisiana, there's a Popeyes on every street corner because you know that's where they're from, and you know they're everywhere over there. Another place that I wish we had by me, there's a place called In-N-Out. I think it's in Texas too, but I know they have it in California because the one on the way to California is where I ate. In-N-Out burger is really good. It's kind of like a steak and shake of sorts. Mr. Bojangles. Whataburger better than In-N-Out. Yeah, I said it. Whoa, oh. He went for it. He went for it. Now, I am mad. The one thing I'm mad at Whataburger for is they had a mushroom burger on the menu and they took it off. You should be required as a burger joint to have at least one mushroom burger. Mushroom and Swiss, mushroom and something. I love the mushroom burgers. Wendy's had it, they took it away. You know, I think Burger King, I don't think Burger King had one. They might have. But places have it for a minute, like Whataburger had it for a minute, took it away. Stop taking away my damn mushroom burgers, damn it. Although I do like the melt. They got a Whataburger melt, which is kind of good, But yeah, Whataburger, as promised, the Tampa Bay St. Pete area, 8 locations. The Largo Mall one is the very first one, so I can't wait. I also have a Whataburger coming. Yeah, I know, Mother. I just... Oh, that's crap. Good. We'll take 25 years off your life. Yeah, I know. Good luck thinking all the junk food is healthy. Can't believe you're driving this long all alone. I'd be too damn bored. Well, that's why I'm live, Joel. Yeah, let's take a peek at the road. Come on. There we go. It's the bubble jack. I am not gonna lie, Retro Papa. I agree. Whataburger, Texas. See, if it wasn't for going to Texas, I would have never known about Whataburger till they showed up to Largo. I hadn't been going to Texas once a year for the last 10 years. I'd have never known they existed. Because they had a Whataburger, I want to say, in St. Pete in the 70s or 80s or something. They had it a long time ago and they shut it down. It was, I think, before my time. Way back in the day. Yeah, I can remember, I don't know if it was Greg, somebody recommended it one of the first couple times we went to Texas. And ever since then, when we go to Texas, got to go to Whataburger. You know, when we go to Fort Walton Beach, got to go to McGuire's. We had me and Kenny a couple nights ago, the chicken place we ate at in Tennessee, Chattanooga. It was cool. They had like dollar bills on the walls. The waitresses were nice. It was pretty cool. But yeah, they had dollars on the wall too, just like McGuire's. Although McGuire's had more dollars on the wall, so they must have been open a lot longer. I will say this, Retro Papa. Sharon, we got a ton of cattle farms in Texas to supply the world. I will say this, my favorite restaurant growing up, and even now, whenever I get to Texas, is Luby's. Luby's, Luby's, Luby's. We ate there 3 times a week, some weeks, back in the day. And I got so used to the food. Oh. So to see they're still well, they're not thriving, but they're at least still in business. Luby's to me is kind of like Video Game Wizard. They probably shouldn't still be in business, but for some reason they are. And I thank them for that. McDonald's ain't serving real food. I never eat at Luby's. No, probably. See, the reason we ate there was because of my grandma, actually. You know, she used to work at the St. Petersburg Times, and sometimes we take her home from work. You know, and that's how that ended up happening. You never knew where we were going to go, though. Sometimes we go to Red Lobster. You know, Luby's was just the one we went to the most often. But we do Red Lobster, Olive Garden. There was a few different things that we would do. Oh, welcome, Rebecca A. Thank you, Rebecca, for joining my streams, because the algorithm for me is like 95 to 98% men versus like 2 to 5% women. So you and Jersey Girl are probably like my only 2 female subscribers. So I thank you guys for subscribing. I know I'm getting old. I'll be 39 in February. Like her watching with me. She kills too. Well, yeah, that is true. I don't know how many people are watching with their, significant others. I'm sure I told you this story, but when we were at the con, the guy that voices Mr. Krabs in this video game was at the con. To air it. They're after me money. Mr. Krabs. And he's also Mermaid Man voice. But while we were there, the guy that runs the con comes up to me and he's like, dude, thank you for coming. People keep coming up to me. They're like, how did you get the wizard? How did you get the wizard at your con? Everybody's all excited that he managed to pull off somehow getting the infamous game. People were coming up to me wanting selfies. People were coming up to me wanting autographs. It was so crazy. Like, I wasn't even the guest. The guest was this dude. And I was signing more autographs than he was. And it was insane. Because, like, who am I? I'm just, the game wizard. How did it turn out financially? I want to save between $1,450 and $1,500 from the con sales. It was actually quite bad. The first day, my last sale was $65. And I was at 601 before that, which put my day one total to $666. Which, in my mind, I'm like, oh crap. 666. Then when we left the con, we went to a gas station to gas up, and I bought a $10 scratch off, pretending I'm the lottery queen like Josh, and sure enough, I hit $100. I pinged every number on the ticket. Match. I was so excited when I saw those matches. I was hoping there was going to be like big zeros. I'm like, I was freaking out. But unfortunately, it was only $100. But still, $90 profit. So that put me at like $756. you know. But that immediately went to Switch games. I was buying Switch games the whole trip. I'll put it to you that way. So that's where my money went. I gotta look in the car and see where everything's at. Because there's probably Switch games all over my floor, back seat, front seat. Like, me and Kenny were doing trades. We were playing a game. See, the way me and Kenny do pickups, it's like a you pick, I pick thing. That way nobody gets screwed. The only time he got 2 to my 1 was because I thought it was a little high. They were asking $30 on a Kirby on the Switch, and I'm like, I let him have it to him. Anyway, so we're sitting down there. It's like we're playing poker. We lay all the 1999 Walmart games out because we know they're going to be $9 each. We know we're going to sell them for 25, 20, whatever. We're going to double up easily. We're going to double up to GameStop. I didn't go to too many Targets. We went to more Walmarts, and the Walmarts were pretty much dry. He got a $10 Walmart. I got a couple copies of a few things at different Walmarts. You know what? I have to go look in my stuff now that I think about it. I don't know where those all went. I have Walmart games somewhere in this car that need priced. I'm gonna have to do a complete look through of all my stuff when I get back home. I probably should have done it last night, but whatever. Anyway, we lay them out. He picks one, but the problem is there's always like 2 or 3 really good ones. So he has to be careful which one he picks, because his first draft pick has to be his first draft pick. And he picks and I pick. I had thought about going to a couple Walmarts on the way home, but I don't see it. I just want to get home. I'm tired, worn out. Tomorrow morning, I am going to sleep in as long as humanly possible. Every single week. Oh, he wore me the hell at, like, me and him were on every single day. Drive around, buy up the city. Drive around, buy up the city. Drive around, sell to the city, you know. I unloaded probably half my PS5 games up there. I probably don't have a full PS5 inventory anymore. I unloaded a good chunk of original Xbox One games. Because it's stuff that it's not moving. When I'm at the markets, what I'm moving is the Switch games. You know, I'll sell one here or there. But it's mostly Switch stuff I'm selling. Probably because I have a lot of Switch stuff. You know, and I can always rebuy more Xbox. Like I said, I didn't give up the entire inventories. You keep saying not. You keep saying not moving. He probably does. What Laurel was. That is true because I only have Switch games. I try to carry a little mix of everything, but the Switch I'm just heavy on. Because everybody's got a Switch. more often than not, if a customer comes up looking for something, they'll want it on switch. Real gamers don't play Switch. Probably. Well, let me be clear. What you can't say is that there's more of the other systems out there, because Switch is the number 3 all-time console sale, and it's actually about to pass the DS. Switch should finish number 1. It should, in my opinion. I don't know if it will, because we're on Switch 2 now, but... Yes, I do. Carl Sagan 42.
In half a mile, keep right to continue on I-475 South. Follow signs for bypass to I-75 South, Valdosta.
Oh, hold on, Jeff. We gotta make a decision here.
Keep right to continue on I-475 South. Continue for 16 miles.
Truck driver so angry he just honked at me. Maybe because I was in the slow lane and they were getting this way. Hey, it's 43 degrees. St. Pete's like 58 or 60 or something. I'm exhausted. hate cold weather. I can't function in the cold. Oh, that guy was going way too slow. Oof, that was scary. I need to pay attention to the road, guys. I don't want to die. Did you say it's 17? That's not good. I would move out. Let's say so. No. Province, yeah, no, Retro Papa, she's in Canada. Hey. I know some guys that have a store up there. Retro Game Bros or something like that. Hours in. Okay, guys, I'm gonna drive because I'm gonna keep streaming. What I'm saying, like I'm gonna focus on driving for a second. And you guys can converse. I'm gonna aim this at the road so you can see the road. I just don't want to crash. I bet. Canada seems like a place that you'd want to go in the summer. Just, yes. I was cold in Georgia. I've been driving for 3 hours, guys. So we should be back in Florida in about an hour and a half.
In 800 feet, merge onto I-75 South. Continue on I-75 South for 353 miles.
Aaron should be taking breaks. I should be taking breaks. I'm a gun owner. I feel offended. Just kidding. Oh, Sharon, I heard you. Montreal. Toronto also has an underground network of pathways and stores. Rebecca A., Texas is literally the Wild West. You can have whatever, whenever, wherever, you know. Florida, the only thing, Florida just started the open carry type deal. And we've also had a stand your ground, so if somebody like tries to rob your house and you end them in the process, you won't get in trouble. You know, as long as you can prove you're in fear for your life and all that stuff. For the record, guys, I spent an entire week in Atlanta. I didn't get carjacked, which I'm sure Atlanta's not a good area, but I didn't get carjacked, robbed, none of that. You know, maybe I just happened to be in the right areas. You know, Kenny was trying to steer me away from certain areas. You know, I survived Atlanta. Five hours away. There's a Buc-ee's up here, but I don't really feel like stopping. Because the Buc-ee's is 9 miles away, and I still have a half a tank of gas almost. I'm like right at a half tank. I don't feel like stopping, guys. We'll just hit a normal gas station. I just want this trip to be over. be back. Going to cook some breakfast for him. Okay, cool. We'll see you in a second, Retro Papa. I'm gonna probably, I don't know how long I'm gonna go live. I don't want to do it the whole trip. But maybe for another couple hours, I don't know. I'm exhausted.
There are police reported ahead. There are police reported ahead.
I know. I keep telling you. Temperature's rising, it's 46. You're telling me Wagon will shut down ruined me. There was never a question where I was going to get my money from back then. I got it from the market. Hold on, guys. Phone call. Rarest game you got during the trip? I don't know. Kenny got some rare stuff. Scarface on PS2. I saw him walking around with a Def Jam Fight for New York on the GameCube. You know, there's a lot of rare stuff at the con, but the Switch 2. I bought a Switch 2 at the con, and I sold a Switch 2 immediately at the con, and that was the big switch on the con was Sunday, because I needed some more money and I hadn't made enough, and that's what did it for me.
police reported ahead. There are police reported ahead.
I understand that, Mother. I am tired as shit. Thanks, Joel. Thank you, guys. Sure is rising. Thank you to the 12 people that are watching this live stream this wonderful morning. It is back to 50 degrees. Thank you, God. The 30s. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't terrible. But we're approaching the hottest part of the day.